Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is your girl, Martha D. Staub, owner of MDMC Entertainment, and it's a live show today. Oh my God. These past couple times that I've tried to do a live show, it has been a disaster. Everyone has been texting, calling, software's breaking, um, exclusive drops. I am so thankful MDMC Entertainment at the start of the year. We doubled in size from the previous year. We have now tripled in size. We have quite a bit of clients. I didn't try this. I wasn't out there promoting, "Hey, we're open for business." No. I got a call the other day and someone said, "Hey, I need you for this. And I don't want to work with anybody else but you." Okay. So I signed up a new client. And another really interesting thing that happened this semester was we actually have an intern from SDSU, that's San Diego State University. And, he's doing a fantastic job. I'm really thrilled with the work that he's done. One of the things that he has been really working on is creating content for MDMC, blogs, things like that. So really focusing on the business itself, which is great, in things that I don't have time to do. And so he's wrapping up here in 2 weeks. And I put out an ad this week for an marketing intern, and I got quite a few responses back via LinkedIn. And it's been great. I'm really excited about it. We have a couple of interviews set up this week. And it's been really good. We're really charging forward into the next quarter of the year. We just finished the first month of the second quarter. So, and it's all been very profitable. I'm very excited. So now there are some things I've been needing to take care of from my past that a lot of people have been very gracious and helpful with. And so now it's time to make sure I tie those loose ends. But we do have a king in the house. Eddie, what's going on? I miss you. So I want to talk about something that I encountered. And for legal reasons, I will not disclose names of people or salons or anything, but something caught my eye. Actually, it didn't catch my eye. It happened to me. It flat out happened to me, guys. And it kind of just made me think about business owners and in this culture that we live in with social media and everyone lives and dies by that sword. And as I stress, social media is super important to businesses, and it is. But when you get to a point where it's taking over your entire business, there's a problem. And if you feel that you have to work in certain ways because of social media, you're going to kill your business. And I had a very awful exchange with somebody. And I told several people after it happened that work in that industry, and they said, "You have got to be kidding me. How are people operating like that?" And so hearing from people in a related industry, telling them my story, they were like, "Whoa, that is nuts." So I have some receipts, and I've obviously edited out names and things like that, so I won't be held liable. But I think it's super important to shine a light on it. So we're going to do it. I'm actually going to go through this, and we are going to spill some tea today. And I hope that you guys will enjoy this, because I'm not doing this to be a bitch. I'm doing this because I learned a very valuable lesson out of it. And I think other business owners will learn a valuable message from it. Customer service is key. It lives, it funnels your business. And you treat one person wrong, it's bad. So let me get into this real quick. So at the start of the new year, it's the new year. I had a fantastic revenue stream coming through. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to change up the do a little bit. Back in 2018, I had an intern who worked with me. She went to this fantastic hairstylist and she did her hair the way I've always wanted it. I've been holding on to a picture of a beautiful balayage for the longest time. I talked to one of my dear friends who's a stylist in Dallas, and he's like, "Oh, you'll look great in that." And, unfortunately, he lives in Dallas. I live in San Diego. It's kind of far to get there. But he said, you would look great in it. So my intern referred me to a hairstylist, and toast. There's an infamous thing that I did at an IHOP. I complained I got charged for toast, and now Eddie won't let it go. But I was really mad that day. I wanted to, it's toast, for fuck's sakes. Come on. Anyway, so I went to someone in 2018, and let me tell you, my hair looked fantastic. It was so good. Like, oh man, I can't even begin to tell you how beautiful my hair looked. Hold on. Let me actually get you into the realm of reference here. Where's a really good picture? Okay. I'm going to show you this picture real quick. So, share screen, window. Here we go. So my hair looked amazing. Like, it looked so good. And I felt my best when I had this hair. I was rocking the hell out of this hair. And I thought, damn, I need to get this done again. So my intern referred me to this girl, and this girl did my hair so great. Like, I went nuts on this hair. Let me see here. Like, I took some of my best pictures in this hair. And you know how it is when you get into a specific look or feel. Like, this was my profile picture for the longest time. I thought I was killing it, man. Let me tell you. I just wanted to feel that again. Hold on, there's another one here. I just, I think for women, it's super hard to, I love that. That was right after I got that hair done. It was so good. It's so important to feel good about yourself. And it's hard, in this day and age. It's so hard for women to, feel a specific way, do specific things. Like, it's hard. I mean, and plus I was working out at the time. Here's my favorite picture of all time. I shared it a while back because people wanted to know. People think I exude confidence when I'm online or in videos and stuff. I'm like, hell no. I feel like shit right now. But I mean, I was working out at the time. This was me rocking the hair. I looked so good. And so, long story short, so I got my hair done in 2018 of June, and my follow-up appointment was for November of 2018, which was the month I actually got let go from my job. And, unceremoniously kicked out, no party, no balloons, no nothing. Just, hey, you're done. And I had to put my priorities in check. It's like, all right, what do I pay for? Do I pay for my hair? Do I pay for my bills? And eventually, bills came first. Eventually down the line, got my car repossessed because I was out of money. It was a tough 233 days. So I didn't make it to my follow-up appointment. And when I finally got a job and I started working for the last boss I've ever had, hopefully, knock on wood, I never have another employer again. It was around July of 2019. So I hit up my hairstylist. I'm like, hey, it's been a while. Sorry, I need to get an appointment. And she's very, very strict on her hours. She's like, the latest I can take on a weekday is at 3 p.m. And sometimes with that job, my boss was like a schizophrenic maniac. She was nuts. Okay. I've already ranted on and on about this girl, but there were days where I would get off at 1. There were days I got off at 5. And the day that she gave me, I couldn't really say yes to because I needed 2 weeks in advance to let my boss know that I was going to have a hair appointment. And so my boss was like, well, it's a week away. So it's not 2 weeks. I was like, you bitch. So I had to say no. And I said, do you have any weekends? And she's like, I don't have any weekends until November. And it was July. And this is how good this girl was. I mean, I understood her worth. I paid $300 for that hair and I wanted that feeling back. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. I can't risk. It was a brand new job. I tried to just keep my nose clean as long as possible, make sure I had that money coming in. So I said no. And I ended up getting referred by my boss to a girl in San Diego. I won't specify where. And she did my hair not recently, but it was September of 2019. And it was okay. It looked cute, but it wasn't what I originally got. Like I didn't have that same feeling of beauty and confidence. It just did not look the same. Like I liked the way the first girl did it. It was really streaky and really nice. And this one was just kind of color mixed in. It wasn't that great. So I wasn't too thrilled, but I rocked it for as long as I could. And, eventually I ended up starting my business, focusing on that, focusing on my time with, trying to grow the business and everything. So I worked really hard for a full year. And, I followed my hairstylist, the first one that did my hair really good. And the pandemic hit and her business got hit. She eventually went off from the salon she was at and created her whole new salon. And it's really sad because her and I kind of started our businesses at the same time. And hers really took a really big hit because here in California, Governor Newsom really had some really strict laws on hair and personal care to be done. And during that time, I supported this girl. I liked her content. I liked her Instagram stories. I was totally in support of her and her petition. And, I really was a really great client. And even though I hadn't worked with her in about 2 years, I was still following her, still supporting her her entire thing. And I was a little jaded after the first time of like, oh, okay, well, you can't come in until 3. But I understood, like, all business owners have their ways of doing things. I get it. So I worked hard for a full year. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to get back into that hair. It's time for me to look great again. And because I had a lot of things planned for 2021. So I see that she's busy. And there were times where the salon was opening and closing. And it was finally open. And I noticed because I was keeping tabs of, all right, when should I make an appointment? And, she's like, she made this huge announcement at the beginning of the year. I am open. Everything is going great. There's no more laws against us. We're good. And I was like, perfect. So I sent her a message. Here's where we get to the tea, guys. Let me see. So I said, hello, I'd like to request an appointment. I'd like to do a balayage. This is my current hair now. This is how you did it back in 2018. I'd like to go a little lighter than the last time. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to hearing from you. Okay. I sent that message. And it's so funny because I don't know why people work in weird ways. If I get a message, I'm going to, especially if it's regarding work, I'm totally going to, because it's money, I'm going to answer it. And so I sent that message January 11th. Okay. Here's the next message. She says on January 17th, so she waited a full week. Hi there, have I seen you before? And I said, yes, back in 2018. What's your IG? So I said, Martha D. Staub. Didn't hear anything. 2 days later, on a Tuesday, she said, I wrote her and I said, hello, I was wanting to check in on that appointment. We last spoke on Sunday. So sorry, I'm not taking appointments now. And I said, but I reached out to you on the 10th. Things have changed. So sorry. Salons are shut down. Okay. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm watching this woman's Instagram account. Salons are shut down. That's not true. She was actually working. And this is a type of person that's salty. Freaking Eddie. Eddie knows the story. He was there during the entire time. So I'm watching her perform all these amazing things on these people. And I'm like, salons are shut down? I'm like, no. I'm watching you work. What do you mean salons are shut down? What? No, I'm watching you. I'm seeing you put in that work. And then shortly after that, she didn't post for a good while. I think that was like a Tuesday. Okay. So she didn't post Tuesday. She usually posts in her stories vigorously because at the time that I first met her, she had 20,000 followers. She's now at 50. Okay. Salons are shut down, but I see her working. Okay. So that was on Tuesday. So Tuesday passes, no stories. Wednesday passes, no stories. And I said, okay, this girl definitely doesn't want my business. She probably blocked me from seeing her stories, which would be dumb, but smart on her end. If she was smarter than that, she would have done that. Then I would have left her alone. Not really, because then I would see that she was working. Again, you have to understand who you're dealing with here. I have access to many social media accounts. If you try to block me on any one of them, I'm still going to see your stuff. So I tried to play dumb. And I said, sorry, I haven't seen you make that announcement on that yet. And that was on Tuesday. So Friday, she posts a story that says, now booking appointments. So on Friday, I said, just saw your story. Can I be considered for a February, March appointment? Now, granted, this is January. I get it. Hairstylists are backed up. I waited a while and I watched those stories all through the weekend and I finally got pissed. So I made this whole Instagram thing right here, or not Instagram. I made this entire text on Sunday, January 24th. I said, so I guess my Instagram account wasn't worthy of booking an appointment. Last Sunday, after you asked for my IG, you made a story saying everyone was booked and to text for appointments for the following month. Then I texted you back 2 days later and you tell me you're shutting down. And another 2 days later, you're asking people to book appointments. I came prepared. And this is where I really went in on this girl because this is not right. This was just, I obviously knew she didn't want to work with me and I don't know why, but I go in on why. Here we go. Let's see. I get it. My business isn't wanted. I own a small business as well, and I understand being too busy to answer back to people, but you don't leave money hanging on the line. I was a previous customer in 2019, and unfortunately, I was let go from my job, so I couldn't make the 6-month appointment follow-up. I was unemployed for 233 days, and when I did have money, I reached out again, and you were not willing to accommodate me. That's fine. I had a boss that wouldn't let me accommodate your hours. I let that incident go and I tried again now. Currently, clearly my IG following isn't enough, or maybe you don't work on Mexican Americans. Not sure what the deal is, but hold on, there's more. I like everyone that's coming in now. But let me see. If you're watching, say hello. Hold on, guys. The powers that be don't want me to share this. It's too good. Okay, hold on. I pulled out the race card. Maybe it is a race thing. She is a white woman. I don't know. I don't know if that was the case. I don't know what it was. I just threw it out there because because I felt like it was something off. Like I couldn't understand what it was that, why would you not want to take my money? Now, granted, I paid her $300 the last time I saw her. Let me get the next screen up. And I said, so here's what you don't know. Since my appointment in 2018, I have referred to you many people of your services and essentially put money in your pocket. After being treated like a number and an afterthought, I will be rescinding those recommendations. I help businesses grow into multi-million-dollar empires. When I get to them before that, they had really shitty repertoire that with their customers, maybe a little bit of a tip. Don't be shitty to people that want to pay you. In truth, acting like you're the hottest, you're the baddest bitch in the game will only get you so far. You have to have humility in what you do before you crash and burn. There are so many more hairstylists out there that are better than you, and frankly, I'll be taking my money elsewhere. I was trying to be loyal, but it gets better, guys. I can't stop laughing. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. This is the last screenshot I'll be sharing with you guys. I was trying to be loyal, but look where loyalty got me. Thank you for your time. P.S. Karma's a motherfucking bitch. Tread lightly. So after I sent all that, I blocked the number. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I blocked her on social media. I washed my hands with it. Done. And I'm just thinking, like, what kind of business owner does this? And I get it. People are busy. People have things on their, they've got stuff going on. I totally get it. But you saw she was throwing me around the ringer. Like, this was legitimately did not want my business. And so I let it be. I just kind of, I just went on about my day as if nothing happened. The following day, I proceeded on social media like normal. I didn't blast this person. I didn't blast their salon. I didn't do any of that stuff because that's just not me. I'm using it now as a strategy of just showing business owners what not to do. And I thought, you know what, this is a great teaching tool for people not to do these things. And so I didn't blast her. I didn't do any of that stuff. But eventually, I guess she did blast me somewhere because I started to see on my stories that were not even related to hair or anything, a lot of hairstylists in San Diego looking at my account and looking at my stories. And then they jumped over to the MDMC account and they started looking at my stuff there. And I saw a ton of people. I saw that this stylist actually through the Google Analytics, because I know exactly where her salon is, where she was looking at me from. And so by location, I knew it was her looking at my website. And so she probably ripped my website. She probably ripped my business. She probably ripped me as a customer. She probably did all these things. She probably denied racism. She probably shared all those screenshots. I'm not exactly sure. But if you have all this time to rip a customer wide open on social media where you have other clients watching, one, it's going to show your customers what kind of person you really are. Do you not dare defy me because I will roast you on social media, because that's exactly what she did. She did roast me. I didn't see it. Don't really care. Number two, that now scares other people from even contacting you. You're like, oh shit. Like I can't even, I have to be super nice to her. If not, she won't give me an appointment or this or that or whatever. And what I actually started to notice is the people that she was highlighting in her stories and on her timeline, anytime that she was working on a specific person, I actually went to that person's profile and I started to see a rhythm of things. And I saw a pattern. All of these people were influencers. I some girl, she's like, oh, I love when my clients share my work. And I go to that profile, there's 100,000 followers to this girl's account. I see another story. Oh, I love when my customers come to me and ask me to, treat their hair. Another 200,000. And so I started to think, okay, this is why you don't have help scheduling your appointments. You're vetting out, because you asked for my IG account, you're vetting out people to see how many followers they have before you even consider touching their heads. Now, that didn't used to be the case in 2018. She was taking whoever she could. But now when you get to this point where you're now at 50K followers, now you feel the need to only work on people that have a specific following, which is dumb. If that's your rhythm of doing things, you need to put that in your company guidelines and on your website. Must have so-and-so followers before booking an appointment with said person. I referred a lot of people to this woman, okay? I had a very good friend of mine who loved my hair. She says, I need to know where you went. I need to know who did it. I need to know what you did. And I gave her all the details. And she went off. And the next day, it was on a weekend. It was a couple weeks because it took a while for her to get in. So I gave her all the information. After a long weekend, she came in and she's like, what do you think of my hair? And I said, what'd you do to it? And she's like, I went to your girl. And I said, really? And I look at it, I was like, doesn't look any different from last week. And she says, yeah, she did a really bad job. And I was like, really? And I was like, turn around, let me see your head. And she said, look, she's like, I went to her because you recommended her. And I was very, very uncomfortable. And I said, well, what happened? And she said, I got there, I sat in the chair, she kind of said hi to me. And then she started working, and there was a camera crew literally around me as she was working. And I said, well, that's odd. And at that time I was at a company. So I said, did you sign a waiver? Did you give her permission to do that? She's like, no, she didn't ask for any of that. I just sat down. She started working. I was really uncomfortable. And I said, you should have said something. You should have just stopped right there and be like, why are all these people around me? I don't want to be filmed. And she's like, no, because I don't want to make her mad, because I want her to do my hair. And she did my hair and it doesn't look any different. I was like, you should have said something when you got done with your appointment. Like, you can't leave not satisfied. Like, that's not the point. She's like, yeah, but I didn't want to piss her off. And I was like, oh, man. And so, and I noticed this as well. On the day that I went to my appointment in 2018, where my life changed with my hair, the day before, my mentor, who actually taught me everything I know about marketing, had just passed away. I was distraught. I did not want to go to the hair appointment because I was sitting there crying, and I was just like, I cried all the way there. It took me an hour to get there. And she did my hair. She started me off. She put the foils in, put the color in and everything. She did the first 30 minutes with me. And a great way for stylists to get more money and more bang out of their buck is if they block you in 30-minute increments. So the way they think, it's like, all right, she comes in at 2, I'll work from her for 2:30. She has to sit under the hairdryer for an hour. So then I'll come back and rinse her, have my assistant rinse her off, and then I'll come back and style, which is literally what she did. So she was double booking herself. As to the girl that I went to that didn't do such a great job, she kept me for the entire time. She never went and worked on another client and left me alone. She never did that. She stayed with me the entire time. And that's a great way to treat customers, as to where this chick was trying to get as much money as she could in a day. And and this is what my friend was saying. She's like, I didn't really like that, because she put the foils in, but she didn't come until the assistant was done drying my hair. Then she styled it, and then she made me go outside and take pictures, because that's just what she would do. She, that picture of me holding my hair back, that was for her portfolio, and which was fine. I don't care. I loved my hair. But the practice of having to screen your customers before you can even service them, that's only going to get you so far until other customers start hearing that you're doing it. and they're not going to want to work with you. And I know that she had made a post a while back before all this happened. She's like, look, I appreciate everyone wanting to work with me, but I do have a salon full of other ladies. Use them. And I'm like, why would you take money out of your own pocket? And now it makes sense. The Instagram fame bubble is what everyone aspires to be. I get it. I totally understand. My Instagram account is at, 3,800 something. Okay. I'd love to be at 10K. I mean, I think I'd love all my accounts to be really high. I'd love for the Instagram or the YouTube channel to be over 1,000 or, 10,000, 20, 50, 100. I would love that. I would love for everyone to sit here, tune in and listen to me talk about stuff like this. But the truth is that it takes a lot of time, work, and money into doing it. And she's doing it organically, and she's doing it in a way that's almost very unethical in business terms. I made an appointment with my waxer. Her name is Kara, and you can find her at Waxology in Carlsbad. She did not pay me to say that, but she is fantastic, and I love her, and I've been going to her for 6 years now. 6 years. I met her at another waxing salon, and she went off and became her own boss lady, and she ended up opening up her own business, and she's been thriving ever since. So I made an appointment because, COVID, I hadn't had a decent wax in like a year. And I was like, yo, things are looking really bad over here. My eyebrows look like shit. Everything else looks like shit. You need to just do a whole body overhaul. And she's like, okay, totally cool. So I made my appointment. I was a little worried because I was like, oh God, I wonder if she's friends with that girl. And sure enough, my appointment went through. It was verified. I went in, and I was a little worried because, something kind of happened to me in, personal care. And she's like, what happened? And I told her about this fiasco with my hairstylist. And she's like, oh my God. And I said, right? I said, I guess. She's like, I guess people just, first of all, number one, from a business owner to business owner, that's very unethical. Number two, that's just bad. I don't think if people really knew that was what's going on, people wouldn't be going to this person anymore. And after we were done, she's like, all right, take a picture of yourself and all your parts and put it on Instagram so you can come back for another appointment. Like, we made a really big joke about it. And then just recently I was back home, and my mom got a haircut at this little salon in Roswell, New Mexico. Obviously nothing like San Diego. And I told that hairstylist what happened, and she's like, what? She's like, things are different in California, I guess. I think the standard, now I get it. If this was a Beverly Hills hairstylist, if you're going on rodeo for a hair, I totally get followers are probably more important than your money, because, money is so fluid out there. But this is San Diego. There's no big deal in San Diego. It's not that big of a deal. We're not that serious down here. We're more of a sand, surf, and love. It's nothing like Hollywood. So I would understand those standards being done in LA, not San Diego. And so that hairstylist was mortified. She cut my hair, though, by the way. I don't look as disheveled as I did 2 weeks ago. Now I just need to throw some color in. My hairstylist, that's been my best friend since, he and I were friends since second grade. And he has gone and thrived and done really well in Dallas. And I told him this entire thing. And he says, yeah, a lot of stylists, he said it's not something that it's frowned upon to do that. But a lot of hairstylists work that way. And I said, how the hell do they keep money coming in? I mean, influencers are so fickle. Actually, go check out a blog that we wrote about working with influencers. You have to pay influencers a certain amount of money. I think for every girl that she put in a chair, she had to trade off something. So it's costing you the money to market like that. I just don't understand it. It's just so cruel and so unusual to be running your business like that. And that makes total sense why she doesn't have, an assistant making those appointments for her. That would make more sense. That would be more logical. And to make your business grow in that direction, to actually put more money in your pocket. But for you to just do that and dismiss people by the number of social media followers, that's just nuts. And if you're thinking of running your business that way, let me tell you, if I was a meaner person, I would have slapped that shit everywhere. I would have used all these screenshots and thrown them into groups and gone into, San Diego groups and Facebook. I would have put that shit all over Instagram. I would have gone on Yelp. I would have been that bitch, but I decided not to. And instead, I'm using it as a teaching tool today without obviously doing anything that's libel. So just be wary. If you are going into business for yourself, do not require your customers to show proof of their social media before you service them. You'll be broke in a heartbeat. I get it. If you want to work with influencers, cut out some time in your budget and get those budgeting dollars in place and, work with influencers that way, but don't make that the entire backbone of your business, because it'll eventually turn on you and customers really won't want to work with you. And I was very truthful when I said she will crash and burn, because it is true. People talk, and I know I'm not the only person that's gone through this with this person. So, come on, business owners, be a little smarter than that, I understand, and social media runs our lives. It does. It's really sad how often I'm looking at my phone for content, or and it's just the easiest and fastest way to get in touch with people. I totally get it. And I tell people a lot of time, you need to be on social media if you're going to have a business. And, I just got pitched for another job for another company that isn't doing any social media. And I know there's some business out there that can thrive without it, but in this day and age, you need it. But don't let it consume your entire, your entire premise of business. Oh, this is a great one. Just like Demi Lovato with the yogurt shop. That was horrendous. That was cringeworthy. I'm not a Demi Lovato fan. In fact, I can't name a hit. I know she was on Disney Channel. I know that anytime something happened in pop culture news, I know she was always in there stirring the pot. And with her opinion and all this and that. That's how I know her from. I know her from her messiness, not for her talent, which is bad. I should know you for your hits. I don't know anything about your hits. Now I know that you're a recovering addict, almost had an OD. I'm surprised she didn't die. But what she did with that yogurt shop was completely out of line. This yogurt shop caters to any and all. And they say that. And just because you're going through an episode where something triggers you, you shouldn't do that. You should, literally, she was trying to close these people down. A small family-owned business that's just out there doing what they're doing, not messing with people, just serving their clients and delivering the best service possible. And you have someone like this who is going to try and take them down just because you got triggered because you have a food addiction or whatever it is what is it? She's got an eating disorder or something. I don't know. I watched bits and pieces of her documentary. She went through a lot. I get it. I understand. That sucks. But don't ever put people on blast like that and not expect the repercussions. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do all that at that time. I could have really said and done stuff out of anger, and I totally could have been. I'm actually a little worried, guys. I'm a little worried because I want to go in. Thank God business is doing so well. It's summer. I want to go get some color put into this hair. The problem is that the person I pissed off is very well connected with a lot of other stylists here in the San Diego area. And it's funny because I have a very good friend of mine. She was an intern. She just bought an MDMC merch shirt. And she did her hair like in blue and lavender, really cool colors. I go and click on her stylist Instagram account, and she's still connected with the group or organization that the other girl's connected to. So I can't go in there and ask for an appointment because I'm pretty sure all the stylists are cross-checking clients now. So I think I have to leave San Diego County. I'm gonna have to go to Orange County. That or just go in with a completely different name, and someone let me borrow their Instagram account with a lot of followers just in case. I already know my nickname. I could always go by my middle initial if I have to. But that's really sad if customers now have to think a way around getting a hair appointment, which is stupid. But that's where we are these days. People live and die by social media, and they're going to live and die by that sword. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it to have pissed off customers, because then at the end of the day, you have no business. And it's just a cautionary tale. I try not to get lost in our social media bubble. I try to give out important information that I can. Quotes that people are loving, the quotes on our IG account. Thank you for all people that are watching and supporting. But we try to get out what we need to. Lewis just did a fantastic interview with Jade from the Nurse Shop out in Jamaica, New York. He's got another really good interview coming up next week, which is why you have a double whammy. I messed up because I had some technical difficulties with that first interview. So yeah, I'll own up to it. I messed up. And that's what all business owners should do, should own up to it and, realize their faults. But anyway, I wanted to really, sorry I laughed through all of it. It's just quite comical. A lot of professionals in the field that I've talked to about this have just been floored that someone could operate their business like this and treat people like this, especially a previous customer. So, and especially a customer that's referred her to everybody. So, just be wary, be cautious. So I believe that's it for my talking point for today. I do want to remind everybody out there, if you are a college student and you are majoring in marketing, public relations, or journalism, I do have internship opportunities available. Let me actually bring that up real quick. If you go to linkedin.com and you go to MDMC Entertainment, let me view it as a member, and I'll share my screen with you guys. Let me see here. You can find our job posting here. Let me see. It's a Chrome tab. It's on LinkedIn. Let me share this with you guys. All right. So if you go to jobs, you will see that we have a marketing intern position open. Go ahead and look at that. You can see I'm the poster of this. You can go down and look at what we're doing. Obviously, all of our, information's on here, your resume, all that stuff. It's all right here. Go ahead and apply. I've had already 30 applicants, which is nuts. I'm conducting interviews this week and maybe in the end of next week. So if you're interested in a marketing internship for the summer semester, please let me know. You're going to get real hands-on experience, working on real accounts, working on real content. You're going to get a 100% real experience. I've been working with interns since 2013. And I've kept in touch with all of my previous interns. They have all gone off and had amazing marketing careers. I still keep in touch with all my kids. I think they're great. I do love that that teaching aspect of giving interns a real life experience. So if you are in a need of a summer internship, let me know. I'm probably going to be hiring about 2 or 3 this year or this semester, just because, again, MDMC is growing. It's changing. We're thriving, and I'm enjoying all of it. Also, we do have merch available. I just sent out my latest orders we've had people just constantly buying merch. So I'm going to thank you guys. The MDMC merch, this is the pink headquarters shirt. This is now available on the website. So go get yours. They're $30 and free shipping. So come get your shirts. And if you want the blue, orange, and gray version, that's the New York Development shirt. Lewis is still giving away cool stuff if you buy that shirt. So go check that out. Support the development on the East Coast. Those guys are doing fantastic work. The Three Kings, as we dub them, actually, Facts of Life isn't part of this, but they kind of are. They've been a supporter from the beginning. So go support the development. Go support Facts of Life podcast. Eddie's in here watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just figure it was a good day to do a live show with no interruptions. Thank God. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next 2 weeks. Actually, when is that? We have something pretty exciting happening that week. Let me see. So I'm up on the 13th. Okay, next week is Lewis, and then the 13th. Wow. All right. We may have a special video drop in between that time, because this is nuts. The days, everything is like going super fast. We have so many things happening in LA every weekend up until the 22nd. Like literally everything is just May is here. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, we're thriving, we're working, we're loving it. So thank you all so much for tuning in today, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Don't forget to follow our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and subscribe, like our content, share it. It's free to show support. But I appreciate anyone that's out there doing that. I really do. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.